Hey there and welcome to English Lingo. I'm Jake, and today I have something special for you. We're going to learn and practice English with a story. Don't worry, we're not reading a whole book. This is a short, simplified version made just for English learners. It is simple, clear, and easy to follow. The story you will hear today is called The Baker on Elm Street. Here's what we'll do today. First, you'll hear the story slowly, using simple words. Then I'll teach you important vocabulary from the story. I'll explain each word in a clear and easy way. And finally, you'll practice shadowing. You can pause, repeat, or even write down what you hear. So get ready. Here is The Baker on Elm Street, told just for English learners. On a quiet corner of Elm Street, there was a small bakery called Rosa's. It had been open for 30 years. The owner, an elderly woman named Rosa, baked bread and pastries every morning before the sun came up. Her shop smelled of warm bread and fresh coffee, and the whole street seemed to wake up because of it. But lately, business had slowed down. A large supermarket had opened nearby, and fewer people stopped at Rosa's small shop. She was tired, and her hands ached from years of kneading dough. One evening, she told her neighbor that she planned to close the bakery for good. Across the street lived a teenage boy named Marco. Every single morning, on his way to school, he passed Rosa's bakery. He always looked through the window and watched her work. He loved the way she shaped the dough, quick and confident, like she had done it 1,000 times. He never went inside. He just watched, fascinated, from the sidewalk. When Marco heard that Rosa planned to close the shop, he felt a strange sadness. The bakery was part of his daily routine, part of the street itself. He decided he had to do something, even though he had never baked anything in his life. The next morning, Marco walked into the bakery for the first time. Rosa looked surprised to see him standing there. He explained that he had watched her every day for 2 years, and he asked if she would teach him how to bake. Rosa laughed at first. She said she was too old and too tired to train someone new. But Marco didn't give up. He came back the next day, and the day after that. He offered to sweep the floors, wash the trays, and carry heavy bags of flour, just so he could learn. Slowly, Rosa's attitude began to change. She admired his patience and his genuine interest in her work. Within a few weeks, Rosa started teaching him the basics. How to measure ingredients carefully. How to knead the dough until it felt smooth. How to know, just by smell, when the bread was ready. Marco made many mistakes at first. His bread was too hard, or too flat, or completely burnt. But he kept trying, and Rosa kept guiding him with patience. One afternoon, Marco had an idea. He asked Rosa if they could post photos and short videos of the baking process online, to attract new customers. Rosa didn't understand technology very well, so Marco offered to handle everything himself. He filmed her hands shaping the dough, the bread rising in the oven, and the steam coming off a fresh loaf. The videos spread quickly around the neighborhood. People were curious about the small bakery and its story. Within days, more customers began walking through the door, many of them young people who had discovered the shop online. Rosa was amazed. She hadn't expected such a response. As months passed, Marco continued learning, and the bakery slowly became busy again. Rosa decided not to close the shop after all. Instead, she made Marco her official apprentice. She told him that his curiosity and his hard work had given her bakery, and honestly her own energy, a second life. Marco still passed the bakery every morning, but now he didn't just watch through the window. He walked inside, tied his apron, and started his day beside Rosa, learning a skill that connected an old tradition with a new generation. Music. Okay, it's Jake here again from English Lingo. Let's go over some of the best vocabulary from today's story. These words will help you understand stories better and sound more natural when you speak English too. I'll say the word, explain it simply, give you a real-life example, and then we'll say it together. Shadowing time. Ready? Let's go. The first word is elderly. This describes someone who is old, usually used politely for older people. For example, an elderly woman lived next door to us. Now repeat after me. Rosa was an elderly baker. The second word is pastries. Pastries are small baked foods, often sweet, made from dough. For example, the shop sold fresh pastries every morning. Now repeat this one. The bakery smelled of warm pastries. The next word is ached. When something ached, it felt sore or painful, usually after hard work. For example, my legs ached after the long hike. Now repeat this one. Her hands ached from kneading dough. Now let's look at fascinated. Fascinated means extremely interested in something. For example, the children were fascinated by the magic show. Nice work. Now repeat this one. Marco was fascinated watching Rosa bake. The next word is routine. A routine is something you do regularly, in the same order. For example, exercise is part of my morning routine. Now repeat this one. The bakery was part of his routine. Up next, we have genuine. Genuine means real and honest, not fake. For example, she gave a genuine smile when she saw us. Well done. Now repeat this one. Rosa admired his genuine interest. The next word is patience. Patience is the ability to stay calm while waiting or dealing with difficulty. For example, teaching young children requires a lot of patience. Now repeat this one. Rosa guided him with patience. Our next word is knead. To knead means to press and fold dough with your hands. For example, you need to knead the dough for 10 minutes. Now repeat this one. He learned how to knead the dough. Now comes the word ingredients. Ingredients are the different foods or items used to make a dish. For example, flour, sugar, and eggs are common baking ingredients. Great! Now repeat this one. Measuring ingredients carefully is important. The next word is attract. To attract means to make someone interested or draw them towards something. For example, the bright colors attract customers to the store. Now repeat this one. The videos helped attract new customers. Now let's look at curious. Curious means wanting to know or learn more about something. For example, the tourists were curious about the old building. Now repeat this one. People were curious about the bakery. Our next word is response. A response is a reaction or reply to something. For example, the company received a positive response to its new product. Good job. Now repeat this one. Rosa was amazed by the response. The next word is apprentice. An apprentice is someone learning a skill by working with an experienced person. For example, he worked as an apprentice under a skilled carpenter. Now repeat this one. Rosa made Marco her apprentice. And our final word is tradition. A tradition is a custom or belief passed down over time. For example, cooking together is a family tradition. Now repeat this one. Baking connected an old tradition with a new generation. And there you have it. Your vocabulary adventure is complete. This is how your English becomes stronger, step by step. And hey, you don't have to do it on your own. We're here to help you every episode. I'm Jake, and this is English Lingo. Bye for now.